So if you own a Jeep Wrangler, at some point you've probably looked at the Sunrider from Bestop. It's one of the most popular Jeep accessories on the market, but with a price tag pushing around $1,000 with options, is it actually worth it? After installing mine, here's everything I like about it, everything I don't, and whether or not I would buy it again. Now, if you've seen my review on the Sky365, you already know what a huge fan I was of that roof. I mean, in fact, I really wasn't in the market for a replacement at all. The Sky365 checked a lot of boxes for me, and I plan on really keeping it pretty much indefinitely. But things changed when I decided to install Epic Adventure Outfitters chromoly overhead rack. I wanted a better place to mount my GMRS radio and my Starlink Mini while keeping everything organized and out of the way. Now, the Crow will work with the Sky365, and it still gives me a place to mount my Starlink Mini out of the way. However, the roof's front and rear latches limit how much of the rack can actually be used. To really maximize the overhead storage space, I needed to add the Crow's optional closeout panels. This leaves me with a decision: keep the Sky365 and give up some overhead storage, or try something different. Now, I'd recently installed the Sunrider on my wife's Jeep, and she absolutely loves it. You know, after hearing her rave about it and trying it a few times myself, I figured it was worth giving it a shot on my Jeep. So this wasn't a case of replacing a roof that I didn't like. This was really just a matter of making another modification and seeing whether the Sunrider could earn a permanent spot on the top of the Jeep. By the way, if you enjoy real-world Jeep product reviews like this, please consider subscribing. You know, I buy this stuff with my own money, and I like to share what I learn along the way with you guys. So one thing I won't be doing in this video is a step-by-step installation walkthrough. The reason is simple. I mean, there are already several excellent installation videos on YouTube, and I really don't see much value in recreating something that's already been done well. Now, with that being said, I would recommend just following Bestop's official installation video. That may sound obvious, but when I installed the Sunrider on my wife's Jeep, I followed a different creator's video. Their method worked, but it made the process a little more difficult than it needed to be, and I ended up, having to go back and reinstall it later. Now, what I will tell you is that the installation process was surprisingly easy. From start to finish, this one took me about 30 minutes, and there were no special tools or complicated steps involved. Now, in all fairness, this is the second one I installed, and I also followed the actual Bestop's instructional video. So everything went together, much more smoothly and made a lot more sense. If you're reasonably comfortable with turning a wrench, this is absolutely a DIY-friendly project. And while you can install this by yourself, having a second set of hands to help, get the top into position makes things a lot easier. All right, so let's talk about why I really like this thing. First thing that stood out to me was just the overall quality. I mean, this doesn't feel like a cheap aftermarket accessory. The hardware itself's very solid. The latches feel very substantial, and everything fits together the way that you would expect it to. I went with the Premium Black Twill version, and I'm glad I did. I mean, the material has a very premium feel to it. If you've ever seen the fabric top on a luxury convertible, that's the closest comparison that I can make. It feels really good, looks really good, and it doesn't appear out of place on a Jeep. Now, I've got the black top, and it is a little darker than the color of my top, but it doesn't bother me. Honestly, I think it adds to the character. Of course, one of the biggest reasons why people buy a Sunrider is the convenience. Opening it really couldn't be much easier. You release two latches, push it back, and you're done. No removing panels, no fiddling with the storage bag, having to find a spot to store it. If I'm out and it starts to rain, I can close it in a matter of 5 seconds. I mean, I've seen several owners mention, opening and closing it at low speeds, but I haven't found an official speed rating from Bestop. So personally, I just operate it while I'm stopped. What really impressed me was how solid it feels when it's open. I've driven with it open on the highway, on back roads, and on the trail. There's no obnoxious wind noise, no rattling, no shaking, and nothing that makes you feel like it's going to come flying off the Jeep. When it's closed up, it's reasonably quiet. In fact, I'd say it's about as quiet as it was with my Freedom panels on when I first got it. This is before I put my hothead headliners in there and the Sound Assassin. But it's reasonably quiet. You know, the biggest compliment that I can give it is that it's completely changed how often I drive with the roof open. As much as I love this open air Jeep experience, I'm a fair-skinned bald guy, and the sun and I don't really ever get along. It doesn't take long for me to be out there looking like a lobster. And that's where the optional sunscreen has been worth every penny. It cuts down on the direct sunlight tremendously, and it does a surprisingly good job helping with the heat on those hot summer days. And now I find myself driving with the top open most of the time. You know, I get all the fresh air and the open sky feeling, everything that makes a Jeep without feeling like I'm on the roaster every time the sun comes out. For me, that's really where the Sunrider shines. It's not that it's just easy to open, it's that it's easy enough that you'll actually use it. Now let's talk about the bad. The first one's easy, the price. The Sunrider isn't cheap by any means. You know, by the time you add options and sales tax, it's very easy to find yourself in 4-digit territory. I went with the Premium Black Twill version and added the Sunscreen. You know, after tax, I was in at about $1,100, a little bit over that. And there's also an option for a soft top insulation panel that comes from hothead headliners. I didn't add that one in. Not sure if I would do it over again. I don't really know how much it cuts the sound down, but what I have now is not impossible to live with. I really like it, and just reading some of the reviews online about that particular option, it looks like there might be an issue with fitment after a while, with the Velcro letting it sag a little bit, and even discoloration. Now, if you're looking to cut costs, you can save about $170 by going with the Black Diamond version. But from everything I've researched, you'll be giving up some of that premium feel and may end up with a little bit more road noise. You know, since this is something that I'll be looking at and touching every day, you know, for me, I felt the Twill was definitely worth the upgrade. Beyond the price, I personally haven't found much to complain about. Granted, I've only had this thing installed for about a month, so this isn't going to be a 5-year ownership review. One of the most common complaints that I came across, while doing my pre-purchase research, was the increased wind noise. And my experience, it just simply hasn't been an issue. To be fair, I have been spending a lot of time riding with the top open, but the times that I've had it closed, yes, I do notice some additional noise, a lot more than I had with the Sky365, but it's not a deal killer for me. As I use this more and more, again, I may have to revisit that topic and create an updated video. Another concern that you'll see mentioned is the occasional leak. And I actually have a little bit of an experience here, although not on my Jeep. My wife's Sunrider went for about a month without leaking whatsoever. Then one Sunday after church, she came out to find her driver's seat just completely soaked. I pulled the Sunrider back off, cleaned all the weather stripping, reinstalled, watching the correct video this time, made a couple of changes with that. And I can't say for certain that any one thing caused the problem, but we've been through several heavy thunderstorms, rainstorms since then, and we've had no issues with it. As for mine, hasn't leaked one bit. Looking ahead, I do have a couple of questions that only time is going to answer. Because of my overhead molly rack setup, I won't be switching back to my Sky365 this winter. And this means that the Sunrider is going to stay on year round. I'm curious to see how well it handles the colder months, how it holds up over time, and whether it looks this good a few years from now. For those that have been running a Sunrider for a while, please let me know in the comments. Do you leave it installed year round, or do you switch back to your Freedom panels when winter comes around? What have you been doing? Here in the South, we get plenty of nice days during the winter. So, I'm looking forward to being able to flip it back, even when the temperatures start dropping, because, again, we just have so many warm days down here. All this leads up to the big question: the Sunrider or the Sky365? Honestly, that's a tough one. I've had a great experience with the Sky365. The build quality was excellent. The visibility was incredible, and it completely changed the feel of the Jeep's interior. One of my favorite things to do was to recline back, on a rainy day and just watch the rain beat up on the glass while listening to it bounce off. Very relaxing, and I've definitely snoozed quite a bit especially while waiting on my wife to come out of the store. The interesting thing is that the answer for me really isn't about two products. It's about how my Jeep build has evolved and my ownership evolution as well. When I first bought it, my goal was to create a comfortable daily driver that could handle trail rides over the weekends. I put it on 35s, really kind of focused on comfort. I wasn't really overly concerned about, removing the roof or the doors. Then I started spending more time in the Jeep. Road trips turned into trail rides turned into Jeep events turned into weekends exploring places I'd never been before. And somewhere along the way, I realized that I actually love the open top of experience. And that's where the Sunrider completely changed the game. With 2 latches and a quick flip, I can have the roof open in just a couple of seconds. So whether I'm heading, just to the store or to meet up with one of my customers, I find myself opening it up more and more often. So if you're asking me which one I would buy, my answer is the Sunrider. And that's not a knock against the Sky365 at all. I still think it's a fantastic product, and one of the highest quality Jeep roof upgrades, out there on the market. But if I were starting over today and could only choose one, I'd buy the Sunrider first. The convenience factor really is just that good. I mean, it has fundamentally changed how much I enjoy driving the Jeep. And then at the end of the day, that's, one of the biggest reasons why many of us bought a Jeep in the first place, right? So guys, again, if you enjoyed this review and you found it helpful, do me a favor and hit the like and the subscribe buttons. I've got some really big surprises coming up over the next few months. So you'll want to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified as soon as that new content drops. It's free, only takes a second or two, and it helps motivate me to continue creating Jeep content for you guys to enjoy. My goal isn't to sell you anything, it's to show you how these products, what they're actually like after spending my own money and using them out here in the real world. Hopefully they'll help you decide to either click buy it now or just remove it from your shopping cart. Guys, I appreciate your support. Until next time.